I appreciate you clicking on this video. Real quick before we get into it, I need your help on something. So how many of you ever get like a tendonitis right here on that AC joint from shooting too much? It's been nagging me for like a month. Anybody got any tips? I'm about to the point of a steroid injection or a peptide injection or something in this joint right here. I've just kind of gotten serious about the icing and the ibuprofen, but it's been nagging me for a while now. I got to keep shooting, so what's some tips? Anything you've got, leave a comment, let me know, because I'm tired of this just nagging me every day because it's getting old. Also, check out all the links down below. Rambo bikes, use TripleRwoods. Black Flag, use TripleRwoods. Check those out. If you're looking for strings, Palmetto Precision Strings are the best. Check them out. You won't be disappointed. Let's get into it. So I'm building some new arrows for my new bow and getting them set up and everything. These are Victory HLRs. They're pretty sweet. I'm going with the Mini Sabres, going with the green. I'm using a wrap from, it's just Amazon. I think it's called like One Shot or something. I don't know. They're cheap. They get here in a day. I mean, can't complain about them at all. Popping off these stock, I don't know if these are IP6s or IP4s, popping them off and putting on the Kazikumu whatever knock. Had no issues with them. I know Dan had issues with some of them tuning up very good. I think he was using a different company, but he may have tried these too, but he was having some issues with them. I've even had people say, you know, the bushings, don't use the bushings, try this other brand because it uses you don't have to use a bushing or something. I've not had an issue with putting these little bushings in. I kind of like them because I use a bunch of different arrows. I don't have like one arrow company that I use or anything, so I buy those. They're $20 for 6, and then I can pop in whatever into any of the arrows that I'm shooting. I can pop them in and they fit snug, so I have no issues with them. Just my 2 cents. But we're going to finish these up. We got a few things that I've kind of learned about these Mini Sabres, HLRs, just some tips that I've kind of learned from fletching with them and playing with them for the past, I guess, year. So on all of these, I've been doing the spinal line mark right there with the throat of the nock where it's lined up. So when I put it in and I fletch, and when I get it out, I'll have to give it just a slight, like an 1/8 turn, not even a quarter, so that the indicator knocks up. So my spinal line's just slightly out or slightly in. I don't remember from the way I turn it. I'm using a bits straight with just a slight left because that's what the Mini Sabre recommends. If you've listened to that podcast he did with MFJJ, he recommended just a straight left. I'm using Bob Smith glue. Bob Smith glue works great on pretty much everything. I hadn't really found anything it doesn't work on, but some people would say you have to buy their specific brand of glue. This is way cheaper. So, doing a 3 fletch. I am using the Tac primer pen just because I had one sitting around. You do have to prime these. Not a big deal, but it is nice with like boning. You don't have to prime. You can just straight glue. Straight on, no issues, but I do like these in the primer. I've got primer pens, so it's not a big deal. They sell primer pens and Bob Smith glue, I think, on their website, so you could just add that to your order. So because I'm using a Sicario for these, I'm having to put them a little further back on my clamp than I normally would, just so I don't run into the rest with that 5-inch brace height or whatever it is. One negative of Bob Smith, and I don't know if it's a negative, but just something to keep in mind, it seems to be a little runnier than like your Tac glues if you're used to using them. So you don't have to put as much because it's going to run, it's going to spread. You don't have to go quite as crazy with the glue, because it's gonna run out and spread when you clamp it. So just like normal, clamp it on, give it a little bit, and then pop it off. All right, so I held those for about 10 to 15 seconds each one. You see I've got a lighted knock, I've got just a little bit of a left offset. Clean up real good. I've had no adhesion issues with these at all. And once you do them enough, you kind of get to where you figure out how much glue is enough without it, you know, coming out. So that's how I've been fletching these, and I have no issues with them. I think it's fine. Here's my grief with them is I have to use a bits because when I've done them in like a Arizona Easy Fletch, which would be way faster, for some reason, I don't know if it's the angle from the back of the vein or it's the diameter or the thickness of the vein itself, they tend to move around a lot when I close this clamp. And I've fletched quite a bit with these now, specifically like the Boning Atlas or the Boning Alpha Veins. I use the Easy Fletch on them without any issues, but I probably did 3 of these with a, 3 of the mini sabers, 3 arrows with a mini saber on the Easy Fletch, and I got real inconsistent vein locations. So one of them would be pushed up more than the others. Enough so that I was like, well, I'm not gonna keep wasting wraps and veins on this Arizona Easy Fletch setup. I needed to move them back anyway because of the Sicario, so it wasn't the end of the world, but it was kind of an inconvenience because you can fletch way faster doing all 3 of them at a time versus putting them in a bits, having to wait, unclamp, clean clamp, turn, do it all again, make sure they line up. But if you gotta have them a little further back because of the brace height of the Sicario, it's not the end of the world, but it does take more time. It is more time consuming having to do this way versus the Arizona Easy Fletch. So let me know if you have done mini sabers or even super sabers with an Arizona Easy Fletch. Is there a trick to it? Is there something to it that I was having an issue with I just didn't do right? Obviously I've made mistakes before, so it wouldn't be the first or last, but I just could not get them to function very good in a Easy Fletch like I was able to the Alphas. And maybe they're a little bit wider, the Alphas and the Atlases. Maybe they're a little wider, they're a little stiffer, so maybe they set in the channel of the Easy Fletch a little better. Don't know for sure. So while this last one's kind of finishing up and gluing, I'll tell you right now, if I had to pick right now my top 2 veins, mini sabers and probably the Boning Atlas. I really like them. Both of these are not as stiff as I would normally run. They've got a little flex to them, but not a ton. And obviously these are a little longer, these are a little shorter. Because I'm setting this particular arrow up for a Sicario, I'm going with a little shorter. But I've shot these a bunch out of 5.0s and they've been fantastic. I also like the Alphas, which are a stiffer version. It's kind of the same as the Atlas, but just a little stiffer. All of them have adhered, no problems. The Boning ones, you don't have to use a primer pin. I just put the straight Bob Smith glue on and let them go. I'm running these on some indoor setups because they are a little stiffer. They seem to do great. I have no issues with either one of these. I've been running a left offset and then like a slight left helical out of the Arizona Easy Fletch for the Bonings. All right, so you can see there we've got our 3 fletch, slight offset, lighted knock. We've got these little tips right here, a little hot tip off Amazon. These are cheap and they've got the O-rings in them so they don't spin out, and they match up really good with like the half out or the outsert of a HLR. They look good. I mean, for the money, they're hard to beat. HLR, beautiful arrow. So what we're gonna do, what I'm planning on doing anyway, is we're going to, right now this arrow's coming in at like 401. So let's get it on a scale and check. So I built a bunch of these arrows. I built a dozen. I've got a 100 grain tip in them. Problem is, they come in at 402. Nearly every one of them is coming in at 402, which is kind of the worst weight to be. It's too heavy for like a Total Archery Challenge Shot 3D. I would want that lighter if my goal is faster, speed, all that. I would want to go lighter. I would want to be in that 350 to 375 range to get kind of that maximum range and maximum speed. They're too light to deer hunt with. I mean, you could, I could, but I like to be around 420 or 425. So they're kind of just in no man's land of 400, which I don't want to be in. So what I did, I went back and forth on, do I just shoot these, be a little faster, and then when deer season comes, put a 125 in them and set up for deer hunting. But I thought it kind of seems silly to not gain much speed, not much difference in speed. Why wouldn't I just run a 125 up front, have higher FOC, be ready for deer season, and have my sight tape just perfect set up. I'll know that sight tape and that bow and that setup really well by deer season. So that's what I'm going to do. So I ordered another pack of these off Amazon. I think these were 12 or 13 bucks. Again, they get here in one day. Not to undercut your bow shop, because I definitely want you to shop local, but these fit great. They're here quick and they're affordable. And they're probably going to get smashed up anyway. So a little bit bigger. These are 125s. So I'll check some of these for consistency, because I could definitely see, you know, off Amazon, you don't know what you're getting. These are 126. That one's 126, I should say. 124.6. 124.4. 126. 125.8. So a little bit of inconsistency, a grain or two. 124.6. So a grain or two of inconsistency. I'm not too worried about that for a practice tip. I would be more concerned if that was an actual broadhead. But so what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put on these 125s. So now, still marries up good, matches up good, looks really good. Higher FOC. So now I'm coming in at 424. Which is perfect. That's right where I want to be, in that 420s, 425 range for a good deer hunting arrow. I can also, because I'm shooting a Sicario, I'll shoot it at shot 3D and tack. I'll still have plenty of speed to get, you know, everything I want to do out of that bow. So I'm switching all these 100 tips out and putting them into a 125 for shot 3D and tack. 425. We'll switch these over and then we're going to go shoot them, see how they shoot, how they group, if we have any issues. All right, if you're a first-time watcher, we're setting up the Sicario today, and those are the arrows we're looking at. If you're a first-time watcher, you should like and subscribe, because like 60-something% of you aren't subscribers, and I put out archery-related content every week, sometimes 2 videos a week. So stick around, like, subscribe. It's free, it costs you nothing, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see if we can get our 20 mark. 312. Whew. I've never had a hunting arrow probably over 292, so that's pretty awesome. 311. 310. I got a good group going down there, just in the wrong spot. Getting up there, a little higher. All right. That's dead on.